Welcome back to More Cake Yes Mom Badass Edible Art. I'm your girl Jelena, and did you miss my face? Hello everybody. I know it's been a while since I dropped a tutorial. I've been busy, your girl's been busy. I've been doing stuff. You know, I'm busy with my HBIC squad, bro, but I didn't forget about y'all. I just had to get my priorities together. I'm ready. So in this tutorial, we're going to do the infamous, trendy, super big, huge situation, the cocoa bombs. Now, I know, shocker. I tend to not do like the trends. I tend to not do like the things that are going on right now. Like what's popping, you know what I mean? Like what's pop, is that what? I promise you, these are super easy to create, and we are going to make these in 5 steps. It's only gonna be 5 steps. 5, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And if you want to say 6, because 6 is we're gonna eat them, or we're gonna drink them, or we're gonna, you know what I mean. You know the drill. If you are not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you're notified every time I drop a new tutorial like this one. Also, you can follow me on Instagram to find out what I'm up to on a daily at Jelena Simpson. I also have a TikTok. It's called Jelena Simpson. So you can definitely check me out on both of those, but make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Child, it's been a minute since I've been on camera. Give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. And I did something amazing for you guys. I know. Hold your applause. I went ahead and made a playlist of all the things chocolate on this channel, because I feel like, I've said this before, you guys fall in love when I do stuff with chocolate. It's bananas. Bananas. I can create a 6-tiered cake, beautiful, gorgeous, all the bells and whistles, but you guys are like, nah, meh. But chocolate, you melted chocolate, millions of views. So yeah, I made a playlist so that way you guys can see anytime I play around with chocolate. So you're welcome. Let's go ahead and get started. So what you're going to need, you're gonna need a sheet pan, a bowl to put in the microwave. I'm using this small glass bowl. Obviously marshmallows. I mean, I know there's some people who don't like marshmallows and the cocoa, whatever, but the marshmallows are like the best part of this. So marshmallows. Going to need chocolate melts. I'm using Ghirardelli. The only specific reason I'm using Ghirardelli and not the Wilton is because these are so creamy and so smooth and delicious, and I like the flavor better than the Wilton ones. So if I was going to drink chocolate, it needed to be the high-end chocolate. You're obviously going to need cocoa powder. I'm using the brand Swiss Miss only because this is the brand that I grew up on, and you're also going to need access to a stove and a frying pan. You want to make sure you have your mold. You can't make a cocoa bomb without the mold. But don't worry, I'm going to help you out. You can find the link down below in the description of what mold I'm using. You just click on it. Just click it. Just click it. You get the mold right there. It's off of Amazon. Boom. Easy. And then some optional tools that I'm going to use in this video. I'm going to be using sprinkles. I'm using fancy sprinkles, and the name of these fancy sprinkles are mistletoe. I'm going to use my steamer. I'm also going to use plastic wrap, aka I'm using my freezer wrap because I had no plastic wrap. But you can also use parchment paper for this as well. It doesn't matter. I just needed a surface that could get chocolate all over it and I could throw it away without having to wipe off my counter. And then you want to grab any other items that you want to put on the inside of your cocoa bombs, and I'm using these cuties right here. I'm using Wilton's, the little candy canes and the little snowflake. I also grabbed these Hershey's that have like marshmallow flavor in the middle of it, but before I didn't open the bag yet, and then I tried it and I was like, it's good. I mean, it's not great, so I didn't end up using them. Now we're gonna take this into steps because there's only 5. Okay, there's only 5, and this is something fun that you guys can do at home with families and friends, and you can even give these away as gifts. I'm just saying. Or for all my entrepreneurs out there, you could even sell these. I'm just saying. But anywho, let's get to step 1. You want to first pour your chocolate melts into a bowl and heat it. Now for the Ghirardelli chocolate, I just needed to do 30-second increments, okay? So I ended up doing 2 of the 30-second increments. And then when you take it out and it's nice and hot, you want to go ahead and stir that bad boy. Make sure you get all the lumps out, right? We don't want none of those lumps. Boom, look at that. You're done with step 1. Now step 2. Go ahead and grab your sheet pan. You want to cover it in plastic wrap. Again, you could put parchment paper down. It's up to you. You want to place the mold on top and then scooping the melted chocolate with a spoon in each of the half spheres. Now I'm making sure that I'm putting even amount of chocolate throughout all of the half spheres, so that way I don't overuse the chocolate in one sphere and I'm gonna need chocolate later for another sphere and I don't have it. Now with that spoon, I'm going to use the back of it to distribute the chocolate evenly on the half sphere's walls, okay? Now this is very importante. All right, let me tell you why. The reason why it's important that you spread the chocolate evenly is because you don't want the chocolate to break when it dries, right? And then also, we're gonna go back again and add more chocolate on top of that once this layer dries out, because we want those walls for the sphere to be as thick as it possibly can be, because also we're putting some goodies on the inside of these spheres and we need it to hold its structure. Don't stress about making it perfect on the inside as far as like smooth. We're not looking for that. We're looking for it to be as thick as we possibly can get it to be and still fit all the goodies on the inside of it. I have heard complaints in the sweets community, people frustrated with these things, and I guess they were falling apart in their hand, and that's because you all were making the walls too freaking thin. Layer your chocolate, people. Layer your chocolate. Once I got enough chocolate and distributed on the side, I went ahead and flipped my mold over on top of the plastic wrap. You wanna know why? Because guess what Jelena didn't have to do? Jelena didn't have to wipe her counters off. Boom, okay? Boom, all right, boom. Oh my God, I'm nuts. After a few minutes, once the chocolate was semi to almost fully dried, I flipped that mold back over and I added more chocolate. Remember I said that? I added more chocolate. Why do we want to add more chocolate, everybody? Because we stayed together. We want our walls to be what? Nice and thick. And we're gonna repeat this again. We're gonna go ahead and flip our mold back upside down and let that chocolate run down the sides. And once you flip it back over after it's fully dried, and I'm gonna tell you right now, my house is like maybe 75, 78 degrees inside of here, and it only took maybe 10-15 minutes for it to fully harden. So what I would say to you is leave it alone. Don't put it in the refrigerator. Don't do that. And don't put it in the freezer. You don't need to do that, y'all. If you're using Ghirardelli chocolate, you don't need to do that. You don't even need to do that with Wilton. Just let it sit room temperature and it will harden on its own. If you put it in the fridge or the refrigerator, the moisture will screw you later. Step number 3. Now once your spheres have hardened, you want to go ahead and clean the rim of your spheres, and what I'm using is I'm just going to use the back of a butter knife, a flat surface. You can use like an offset spatula, the edge of it, and I'm going to hold the sphere in my hand and I'm going to scrape on the mold so that way I can get all of those cracks and lumps and extra chocolate that's hanging over the edge. I can sift away. It can go away. We don't need it. We don't want you. Then you want to also release your half spheres from the mold, only because you want to make sure it's easy to release once your whole sphere is together. It's going to make more sense later. So just make sure you release the half sphere from the mold and then put the half sphere back in the mold. Now only with 3 of these half spheres I'm going to fill up. Then I used the thickest side of my half spheres, so that way those are the ones that I filled up and would act more as the bottom half. And then we're going to add the delicious goodies on the inside. That's gonna bring it all together. Okay, I'm gonna start with my cocoa powder, pouring some of that in there. So I poured that in there and then I added my marshmallow. Added my marshmallows and then topped that off with some cute little sugar cane canes, little snowflakes, and like little tiny. They're so cute. It's so cute. So I added those on the inside as well. You can add whatever you want. If you want to put sprinkles on the inside, if you want to put more chocolate on the inside, whatever your heart desires, babe. Whatever your heart desires. And now, step 4. You want to go ahead and grab your frying pan or a pan of some sort, and you want to put that on top of your stove. I have a little portable stove top, so I'm going to use that. And then you want to go ahead and use the other half empty sphere and place that on top of the pan and let that chocolate rim melt a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. Oh, the only reason I'm saying that is because you can screw up the integrity of the roundness of these balls, okay? And we don't want to do that. We like our balls to be round, okay? So, I can't believe I just said that. Now that we have melted chocolate for one of the half spheres, we're gonna go ahead and take that half and top it. We're gonna top it off on top of the other half sphere that has all the goodies in it. So that way you can have a complete ball. Mind you, I'm doing all of this while the half sphere is in the mold. So that way it has something to hold up and stand on, and I don't have to like run around looking for things for these balls to sit on. I can't help it, guys. It's just coming out. I'm just gonna stop. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're just gonna let those dry. Once your balls have dried, you wanna take them out. You wanna grab some melted chocolate and you wanna clean off that seam. Now, by adding some melted chocolate there, what's gonna happen is it's going to cover up those holes, which is what you need. We're just basically building up a wall on top of whatever crevices or holes that may be there along the seam, and then put that back in the mold and let it dry. Step 5. You can do the next step one of 2 ways. One way is once your spheres, cocoa bombs, have completely dried, you can then melt some more chocolate, dip half of it in there or all of it. It's up to you. I'm going half. So you can dip half of it in there and then cover it with sprinkles, that half that has the melted chocolate on it. Or you can use a steamer of some sort. If you don't have a steamer, you can also boil water and use that steam coming up from the boiled water. So you can use your steamer like I did and then heat the side of the cocoa bomb that you want to kind of have some moisture to, so that way you can add your sprinkles. So I'm using my steamer. It kind of fogged up the camera while I did it, but you get the point. It steams up the one side, and then I went ahead and dropped that gently into my bowl of sprinkles and then added my sprinkles all the way around it. And also, the sprinkles give you the opportunity to hide all of the ugliness of this chocolate. It really does. If you're not great with chocolate, now I'm not amazing with chocolate. I'm okay. I mean I know what to do with it. But I'm not amazing at it. And there are amazing people that know how to do things with chocolate. None of them live on this channel. But I'm just saying that if you want ways to kind of cover up, you know what I mean? Like, you got a falling cake, you got a dent in your cake's a little lopsided, your cupcakes look a hot mess. Child, come to me. I know how to hide all of that, okay? Because I make mistakes 24/7. With this chocolate balls, I was like, yo, I already know off the rip. I just want this to be easy and fun. I'm not looking for perfection, okay? Because this is something me and my family are going to like throw in a cup and drink around the Christmas tree, okay? Now, once I got those sprinkles all covered up on there, and I topped it off with a cute little candy cane. Isn't she cute? Isn't it? Just little candy cane, just adorable. That's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. We done. Look how easy that was. We got 3 cocoa bombs, cute, perfect, completely filled, super integrity. I was able to handle these with ease and care. Anyways, yeah, we're done. We're done, everybody. That's a wrap. We done. Cut it, print it, edit it. We out of here. Like, it was super easy to make these. When I tell you 5 steps or less, no, there's no less. It's just 5 steps. What am I talking about? Less. Then last, which is not even like a step in the process of making it. It's a step in the process of like enjoying it now. Last but not least, you want to go ahead and grab yourself a cup and a spoon and a napkin, because I definitely made a mess. And I warmed up some almond milk. You can use regular milk. You can even use water. But if you want more of a richer, creamier taste, use milk. I placed my cocoa bomb at the bottom of my cup, and then I poured my hot milk on top of it, and then the chocolate started to disappear and deteriorate. All the hard work that we put in, but it was doing what it was meant to do. And then all the marshmallows come bloop, 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 floating up, and then all you need to do is grab your spoon and start to stir it all in, and it's delicious. You're gonna see some sprinkles come to the top. Some of them they just gone, child. When the hot milk hit it, it was just gone. You can even sometimes see some of the candy canes come to the top, but them bad boys were gone too. Like, all of it just melted into it, which just added to the flavor. It was so delicious and so good. I stirred it all up, but I also, off to the side, like later in the day, I went ahead and made myself some chocolate lollipops, and I'm gonna use that to also add some more chocolate in there. Like, for all you chocolate fiends, right? If you like chocolate so much, go ahead and make yourself a little chocolate spoon, which I added that mold down below, or you can make yourself a chocolate lollipop like I did. which I added similar molds down below also. And last things last, go ahead and drink yourself some of this magic, delicious, chocolatey, warm goodness and let it soothe your throat and come down and be all warm and yummy and delicious in your tummy, okay? And that's it for this video, y'all. Like, when I tell you this was easy, that was it. It was 5 steps. We're done. Boom. I've already devoured mine. It was so good. So good, especially for people who live up in the north and it's starting to get cold. I want you guys to have a wonderful, happy December, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you're subscribed and follow me on Instagram at Jelena Simpson. I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, so oh my god, I can't get myself together. Alright, so let's find out what we need for this